Everyone buys a hybrid for one reason: to save money. You imagine skipping the gas station, smiling as your MPG climbs, feeling smart while everyone else burns cash at the pump. But what if I told you that some used hybrids do the exact opposite, draining your wallet faster than a V8 truck? In this video, we're breaking down 5 hybrids that turn into money pits. The ones that pretend to be eco-friendly bargains but secretly hide repair bills big enough to make your savings vanish. These aren't old clunkers from the early 2000s. Most of them were praised when new. But as they age, their complex hybrid systems, finicky electronics, and impossible-to-source parts have turned them into the kind of cars even dealers can't wait to get rid of. See, the problem isn't just hybrid tech, it's bad hybrid integration. Some automakers tried to copy Toyota's formula and ended up building Frankenstein systems. Part gas, part electric, and 100% headache once something fails. When you've got lithium-ion batteries overheating, cooling pumps that burn out, and computers managing 3 separate drivetrains, it doesn't take long before one small failure cascades into thousands in repairs. One mechanic I spoke to in Arizona summed it up perfectly. With some of these hybrids, the battery doesn't kill the car, the repair bills do. So before you get lured by that clean Carfax and 50 miles per gallon promise, watch this video till the end, because one of these budget-friendly hybrids might be sitting on a used car lot near you, waiting for its next victim. Let's start with a model that looked like the future of luxury efficiency, but turned out to be one of the most expensive lessons in hybrid over-engineering. Number 5, Lexus GS 450h. When the Lexus GS 450h hit US showrooms, it looked like the perfect blend of luxury and innovation. A powerful hybrid sedan that could outrun a BMW while sipping fuel like a Corolla. It was fast, refined, and quiet. But behind that smooth performance lies one of the most complex and failure-prone hybrid systems ever fitted to a Lexus. Unlike Toyota's simpler setups, the GS 450h used a high-voltage dual-motor system, paired with a powerful 3.5-liter V6. It was cutting-edge, and cutting budgets ever since. The system runs on 650 volts, controlled by multiple inverters and cooling pumps that degrade over time. When one of those fails, it doesn't just trigger a warning light. It shuts down the drivetrain completely. Replacement parts? Dealer only, often exceeding $4,000 to $6,000, not counting labor. Then there's the hybrid transmission, a specialized continuously variable unit unique to this model. It's sealed, heavy, and incredibly labor-intensive to service. If it fails, you're not fixing it, you're replacing it. And the price tag for that mistake hits harder than a luxury car payment: $8,000 to $10,000 installed. Even the battery isn't immune. Owners in hotter states like Arizona and Texas report premature cell degradation, leading to warning lights and reduced power long before 150,000 miles. And because of the car's weight and performance tuning, those batteries run hotter than in a Prius, shortening their lifespan even more. So why do these hybrids fail? Because Lexus built the GS 450h like a performance car first and an efficiency car second. It's an engineering marvel, but one that relies on fragile systems working perfectly in sync. Once that harmony breaks, the costs pile on fast. On the road, it's smooth, silent, and stunning. But in a repair shop, it's a ticking luxury time bomb. And if you think a Lexus can hurt your wallet that badly, wait until you see how a budget-friendly hybrid from Korea turned into one of the biggest headaches for used car buyers in America: the Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. The Hyundai Sonata Hybrid was supposed to be the people's Prius. Stylish, affordable, and packed with tech. When it launched, Americans loved the idea. Hybrid fuel economy without looking like a science experiment. But as these cars aged, reality set in. What looked like a smart long-term buy has become one of the riskiest used hybrids you can park in your driveway. Here's why. Hyundai didn't just add a battery to a regular Sonata. They re-engineered the entire powertrain around a parallel hybrid system that uses a small electric motor sandwiched between the gas engine and transmission. Sounds clever, right? Until one of those systems starts to slip. The hybrid clutch, inverter, and cooling system are all interdependent. When one fails, it often takes the others down with it. Mechanics across the US report the same pattern: check engine light, jerky acceleration, then total hybrid system failure. The fix? Often $4,000 to $6,000 for parts and labor. And if you're unlucky enough to have a battery issue, add another $3,000 to $4,000 to the bill. That's more than the car's value on the used market. But it's not just the drivetrain. The Sonata Hybrid's cooling system for the lithium-ion battery has been known to clog or overheat, especially in warmer states. Once that happens, the cells degrade rapidly, and Hyundai's limited hybrid warranty doesn't always cover it after 10 years. So why do these hybrids fail? Simple. The technology was rushed. Hyundai wanted hybrid credentials fast, and the first and second-gen Sonatas show it. They perform beautifully when new, but as mileage stacks up, the electrical systems don't age gracefully. One mechanic in Florida said it best: "If a regular Sonata costs hundreds to fix, the hybrid costs thousands, and you'll be back sooner than you think." The Sonata hybrid promised affordable efficiency. Instead, it delivered expensive lessons in hybrid complexity. And if you think a family sedan can drain your wallet, the next car proves that even luxury SUVs can do the same, only with bigger batteries and bigger bills. Meet the Infiniti QX60 Hybrid. Number 3. Infiniti QX60 Hybrid. When the Infiniti QX60 Hybrid debuted, it sounded like a dream for American families. The luxury SUV that could haul 7 passengers, sip fuel, and last forever thanks to Nissan's proven engineering. Except Nissan's engineering turned out to be the problem. This SUV borrowed much of its hybrid tech from the Nissan Pathfinder Hybrid, one of the most short-lived and unreliable hybrid systems ever built. Instead of using a traditional continuously variable transmission, CVT, Infiniti paired its 2.5-liter supercharged engine with an electric motor and a hybrid control module that constantly juggled power between gas and electric modes. When it worked, it was smooth. When it didn't, it was catastrophic. Owners describe warning lights popping up out of nowhere, EV system failure, service hybrid system, followed by limp mode or complete power loss. Repairs often involve replacing the entire hybrid control unit or inverter, which can cost $6,000 to $8,000 at an Infiniti dealership. Worse, many of these parts are discontinued or on backorder, leaving cars stranded for months. And then there's the battery cooling system, which relies on sensors that often misread temperatures and cause the system to shut down early. Add in the infamous Nissan CVT transmission, which is still prone to slipping and overheating, and you've got a hybrid that manages to inherit the worst of both worlds, electric and gas. Mechanics joke that the QX60 Hybrid makes you appreciate the regular gas version. They're not wrong. Used models can be found cheap, sometimes under $10,000 sign, but only because dealers know they're nearly impossible to sell once the hybrid system fails. So why do these fail? Because they weren't built for the long haul. Infiniti wanted better MPG numbers, not longevity. The result is a luxury hybrid that's anything but luxurious once the warranty's gone. The QX60 Hybrid promised premium efficiency, but delivered premium repair bills instead. And if you think that's painful, the next SUV proves that even the world's most trusted hybrid brand isn't immune when the formula goes wrong. Let's talk about the Toyota Highlander Hybrid, early generations. Number 2, Toyota Highlander Hybrid. The Toyota Highlander Hybrid should have been bulletproof. After all, it's built by the same brand that gave us the Prius, right? But the early generations, especially those from the mid-2000s to early 2000s, tell a different story. They're proof that even Toyota can get hybrid complexity wrong when it tries to scale up from compact cars to family SUVs. Under the hood sits a 3.3-liter or 3.5-liter V6 paired with a high-voltage hybrid system. The same setup used in the Lexus RX, 400h and 450h. When new, it was a marvel. Silent takeoffs, smooth transitions, and 27 miles per gallon in a full-size SUV. But as these vehicles aged, their biggest strength became their Achilles heel: the electronics that tie it all together. Owners across the US report hybrid inverter failures, blown transaxles, and cooling system leaks that lead to catastrophic damage. The hybrid inverter alone can run $5,000 to $7,000, while the transaxle, a hybrid-specific transmission, costs over $8,000 installed. One Colorado mechanic summed it up perfectly. You could replace the entire powertrain in a gas Highlander for what one inverter costs here. Another weak link? The electric water pump. When it fails, the system overheats almost instantly, sometimes frying the inverter in the process. Add in the high-voltage wiring and control modules that degrade over time, and you've got a hybrid that becomes less eco-friendly and more financially dangerous as miles pile up. So why do they fail? Because Toyota engineered these early systems for smoothness, not simplicity. The hybrid drive system was overbuilt, overcomplicated, and undercooled. A perfect recipe for expensive surprises past 150,000 miles. The Highlander Hybrid still has its fans, but ask any long-term owner and you'll hear the same regret. It was amazing when it worked. That's the catch. Keeping it working costs a fortune. And if Toyota's attempt at a luxury hybrid SUV can hit owners this hard, wait until you see what happens when a full-blown luxury hybrid sedan breaks down. Because the BMW 7 Series ActiveHybrid redefines the term money pit. Number 1. BMW Series. The BMW 7 Series ActiveHybrid was supposed to be the future of luxury. The sophistication of a 7 Series with hybrid efficiency to ease your conscience. On paper, it sounded perfect. Twin-turbo V8 power paired with an electric motor and lithium-ion battery for effortless torque and lower emissions. In reality, it became one of the most expensive maintenance nightmares ever sold in the US. Everything about this car screams complexity. The hybrid system alone adds over 400 pounds of extra weight, and it integrates directly into the transmission, meaning if one component fails, the entire drivetrain often needs replacement. Owners describe it like this: when something small breaks, something big breaks with it. And break it does. The ActiveHybrid's high-voltage battery, located in the trunk, is notorious for overheating and degrading prematurely, especially in warmer states like Texas and Arizona. Replacement costs? Around $9,000 to $12,000, and that's before labor. The hybrid cooling module, a separate circuit from the engine system, often leaks or shorts out, adding another $3,000 to $4,000 to the tally. But the real killer is integration. The 7 Series Hybrid doesn't just rely on one computer. It uses over 50 control modules that all communicate through a delicate web of sensors and high-voltage systems. When a fault occurs, even BMW dealerships struggle to diagnose it without multiple attempts. Every hour of testing adds labor costs, and sometimes the only fix is a full system replacement. Mechanics call it a nightmare dressed in luxury. Even something as simple as replacing the 12-volt battery requires hybrid reprogramming. That's why used prices have plummeted. You can find a $100,000 car for under $15,000 and still, no one wants it. So why does it fail? Because BMW tried to blend cutting-edge performance with early hybrid tech, and neither aged gracefully. It's a masterpiece of engineering that turned into a masterclass in financial pain. The 7 Series ActiveHybrid promised the best of both worlds but delivered the worst of both bills. And for many unlucky American owners, it's the ultimate reminder that sometimes the future arrives before it's ready. So, what do all these hybrids have in common? Not bad engineering, over-engineering. Every one of them tried to push hybrid technology beyond its comfort zone, and in doing so, turned innovation into instability. From the Prius Sphere's overheating batteries to the Infiniti QX60 hybrids' fragile control modules, and the BMW 7 Series ActiveHybrid's mind-bending complexity, these cars share a painful truth. The tech works beautifully when new, and bankrupts you once it doesn't. Here's why they fail. Early hybrids used nickel metal hydride or lithium-ion batteries designed for fuel savings, not longevity. Add in high heat, cheap cooling systems, and proprietary electronics that only dealerships can service, and you've got a perfect storm of aging pain points. These aren't systems you can patch together with a weekend mechanic. When they go hard, and the repair math doesn't add up. A replacement inverter for a Toyota Highlander hybrid? $6,000. A battery for an older Prius 5? $4,000. Hybrid transmission on a QX60? $8,000. The problem is, these cars' resale values collapse far faster than their repair costs, meaning one failure can instantly exceed what the car is worth. That's why dealers across the US practically beg buyers to avoid older hybrids unless they come with full service records and recent battery replacements. The tech might seem green, but the bills are anything but. So what's the smart move? If you want reliability with great MPG, look at hybrids with proven track records. Toyota Prius, Gen 4 and up, Honda Accord Hybrid, or even newer RAV4 hybrids. These models simplified the formula and fixed most of the design flaws that killed their predecessors. At the end of the day, hybrids can save you gas, but the wrong one will burn through your wallet. If this video helps you dodge one of these silent money traps, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell us in the comments. What's the most expensive repair you've ever faced on a fuel-efficient car? Because saving fuel is great, but saving thousands in repairs is even